Now, people always want to know what's next. You're celebrating being unified champion, but I have someone behind me right here who is interested in fighting you as well. Errol, come and join us right here.
Hey, what's going on?
You said you would like to fight the winner of this fight. Well, here he is. What do you have to say?
Oh, it's time to get it on. He got the big dog now. Let's go.
Now, is this your first time seeing him in person? And what do you think about his height?
Yeah, it's my first time seeing him in person. I mean, he got a pretty good height, but we'll see. We'll break him down like we always do.
Was there anything you saw in his performance tonight that made you think, okay, I'm going to have to watch out for that?
I think he learned from his mistakes. He's a little bit more settled. He was using his distance, so I think he did pretty good.
Okay, and Sebastian, obviously I know you've seen Errol fight. What are your thoughts on a fight between you and him?
I think it'll be great. He's one of the greats right now. He's one of the pound for pound, so if I can fight him and get a win off of him, it'll be good history for me again.
Well, maybe we'll see it this year. Thank you guys both. And Sebastian, congratulations.
What up? It's your boy, back again. Marlo Knows Basketball and Marlo Knows Boxing. Back at y'all with another one. Coming to y'all on this Easter Sunday, man. Happy Easter to everybody. The most important day of the year where we were allowed to have redemption and Jesus died for our sins. So happy Easter to everybody, man. I hope y'all all enjoy y'all Easter Sunday. Coming to y'all on this Sunday morning, man, after a great night of boxing. A great night of boxing, man. Fight of the year caliber fight between Sebastian Fundora and Tim Tszyu. Man. I had this fight scored a draw. Man. These guys went at it, man. It was a bloodbath. Tim Tszyu, of course, suffered a huge cut on the top of his head. I think it might have came from an elbow or something like that. But after Tim Tszyu seen that blood, man, he went for it all, man. He went for it all. Both guys were going for the knockout, man. It was an amazing fight, But Sebastian Fundora, he pulled it out, man. He pulled it out. Very close fight, but he pulled it out, and he is now the new WBO junior middleweight champion. So, I mean, the ball is in his court right now. And just on a quick side note, we also probably saw Rolly finally get retired. I saw that one coming, man. He didn't want to take the fight with Ryan Garcia, and took the fight with Pitbull. Thought it would be an easier fight. He was sadly mistaken. He was dominated, and I doubt we see Rolly in the ring again, man. Congratulations to Pitbull. He is the new WBA junior welterweight champion. But for me, the biggest moment of the night was after the Tim Tszyu and Sebastian Fundora fight, man. We saw the return of Errol Spence. He has come out of hiding after an embarrassing loss to Terrence Crawford, and he has called out Sebastian Fundora. If Errol Spence can look like he looked every fight before he fought Terrence Crawford, I would pick Errol Spence to win this fight, man. And I believe he's going to look a lot better at 154. I think his poor performance against Terrence Crawford had a lot to do with the weight cut. I don't think he was able to comfortably make 147 pounds anymore, and I think he paid for it. And he stayed at 147 too long, in my opinion. He probably should have been moved up years ago. I think he'll look a lot stronger at 154. A big example of a fighter looking a lot stronger once they moved up was Devin Haney. He looked a whole lot stronger at 140 pounds than he's looked at 135 pounds. A whole lot more power and popping them shots. And I feel like Errol Spence, he may be man down again if we see that from him. If he looks a lot stronger at 154 than he did at 147, and his power comes back like he had early in his career when 147 wasn't that hard for him to make, I think he could definitely beat Sebastian Fundora, man. Sebastian Fundora is a great fighter. As you can see, massively tall, for any division, really. Even heavyweights, even for heavyweights, 6'6" is very tall. But 154 pounds, he's 6'6". But I would definitely also be rooting for Errol Spence to win, to continue to put to bed that Tyson Fury narrative where they always try to say that just because you're tall, you're better than someone, and and just continue to make these casuals eat their words with that terrible take. But I'm looking forward to this fight. I expect it to happen later on this year. I know a lot of people would bring up the fact that Terrence Bud Crawford would be a better option for Sebastian Fundora, but Terrence Bud Crawford, if he really wants that Canelo fight, which I believe he really does, Terrence Bud Crawford should go to 168. He should go to 168 or at least go to 160 and fight a decent opponent at either 160 or 168 and prove that he's not too small for the division. Terrence Crawford going to 154 and beating Fundora is not going to help him get a fight with Canelo. So if his end goal is to get a fight with Canelo, he needs to fight a guy at 168 or 160. I made a previous video saying he should fight somebody like Caleb Plant. There were rumors coming out that said he was going to fight Chris Eubanks at 160. But Bomac said that wasn't true. But he needs to fight somebody at either 160 or 168 and dominate them to prove and put to bed that excuse that Canelo keeps making that he's too small. So that's the route that Terrence Crawford should be taking if he wants to fight with Canelo. And, that's the biggest fight in boxing, in my opinion. Terrence Crawford versus Canelo. I know a lot of people would say David Benavidez versus Canelo. I mean, that's a big fight, too. Both of them are the biggest fight in boxing. Canelo's the biggest name in boxing. So, I mean, in my opinion, I think Terrence Crawford should do what Floyd said and go fight David Benavidez. If he dominates David Benavidez, there'll be nowhere for Canelo to run to. He'll look like a chicken. A bigger chicken than he already looks right now for not fighting David Benavidez. But that's all I got for y'all for right now, man. Again, this is your boy, Marlo Knows Basketball and Marlo Knows Boxing. And I'll see y'all on the next video, man. Peace.